everybody, Tim from Rated RV. Glad you're here. While you're here, hit the subscribe button, maybe a thumbs up. This video is going to be how to set up our 4 Winds 23U Class C motorhome. And here we go. When we pulled in, we noticed that the camper wasn't quite level. Check the bubble on the floor. It needs to come up a little bit on the left side. So we're going to pull some pads out of the bin, get it leveled first before we hook anything else up. Let's go. All right, everything that you need is going to come out of this bin right here in the back. It's a giant storage bin. You got enough room here to put a spare tent if you want it, camp chairs, barbecue grill, gas, whatever you need. All the essentials are going to be underneath this compartment here. And we're going to start with the leveling pads. So we're going to put one under each wheel on the driver's side and back over them. Remember, you have dual wheels in the back, so we're going to put one under each back tire. Make sure you put the emergency brake on. All right, we got the camper kind of level, right where we want it to go. So we're going to go in order how we want to hook it up. The first thing I like to do always is hook up the electric. This is a 30 amp coach. We have a 30 amp power cable right under here. We're going to go pull out the surge protector, make sure that the the power is good in the campground, and keep any surges from frying all the electronics inside the camper. We put a surge protector in. So electric, water, then sewer. Again, everything's in the back that we need. So this is 30 amp surge protector, your water hose, and I'll show you the stinky slinky in a minute. Let's go hook up power. All right, any park pedestal you're going to come to, most park pedestals are going to look something like this. Inside of them, there's going to be a 50 amp outlet, a 30 amp outlet, and a 20 amp outlet. 20 amp breaker, 30 amp breaker, and a 50 amp breaker. This is a 30 amp coach. We're going to plug in our surge protector, turn on the 30 amp breaker, check our lights. We have green lights. That means we're good to go. Shut the breaker back off, and we'll pull the power out of the coach. Great key, opens up all the boxes on the outside. Again, the breaker's off when we first plug the coach in to the power strip. 30 amp breaker back on. We now have power in the coach. First thing I like to do is go in and turn the air conditioner on, make sure the refrigerator's working, and get the thing cooled down. All right, we're back to hook the water up. Electric's good, air conditioner's on, it's chilling. We're going to grab our hose. You'll see on one end of the hose, there is a water pressure regulator. This keeps the water pressure in the park from blowing the lines in the camper as well. Never has to come off, it can just stay right there. It's simply a garden hose, it's just a white garden hose, so you can drink out of it. your side of the camper. City water connections is clearly labeled. And then we turn the water on. I'm just going to run it and make sure that nothing's on inside the camper. All right, your water's on. Your water heater will be filling up. You might get a little bit of air out of the lines when you first turn it on. Don't let it frighten you. Now we're going to hook up the sewer hose. Your sewer hose, also known as the Stinky Slinky, lives inside the bumper in this coach. This cap just pulls off. There's your sewer hose. There's a plastic bin in the back that has a connection ring on it. I keep it in this plastic bin, keep it separate from everything else. There's also a pair of gloves. There's going to be a box of gloves in the bin that you can put on your hands to protect your hands. Parks are going to be different. This one has, like a lot of parks, have these screw-in connectors now on the PVC. So this bad boy is just going to screw in there. Connect here. Quarter turn. That's connected. I'm going to see under here, there's two handles. There's a gray handle for your gray water. This is your kitchen sink and your shower water. This is your black tank. This is your toilet. I want to make sure both of these are completely closed before we take this cap off. They're both closed. This cap comes off. Your Stinky Slinky goes on. Simply twist on and that's it. You're connected. All right, so we're ready to go inside. So, you know, I always like to travel with the handle locked, just in case the door is like extra safety. It's a round key in the bottom. It's unlocked. On the back of the door, to hold it open, is a little truck latch. It goes right into the receiver. It'll hold open, and then you can pop the screen to have just a screen door. You want to camp like that. We have the air on now, so to cool it off. Come on in. All right, so when you get to camp and you get water hooked up, you're going to want to turn on your hot water heater. So this is a dual fuel water heater. When I'm plugged in at a park on electric, I will put on the electric water heater. It says 110 volts right here, on. So that will turn on the water heater. That means you're making hot water right now. If you didn't have electric plugged in, you can turn it on LP gas, and that will use the propane that is on board. You don't need your water pump on because you have city water hooked up. The water pump is only for when you're boondocking, using water out of the storage tank on board. This is your generator start and stop. If you don't have electric and you want to run the generator, this is where you start and stop it. And these are all your tank sensors. You just press whichever tank, such as LP gas. That tells you how much you have left in your tanks, your battery, your fresh water, your black water, and your gray water. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to shut the air off because it's kind of noisy, so this is a good time to show you how to turn the air on and off. Off. All right, the air's off. Here it is. Here's the inside of the 23U. Kitchen area, microwave, RV size queen bed here. Your fully functional bathroom here with a full-size shower that an adult human can shower in comfortably. A real quick tutorial about this bathroom and any other bathroom really in an RV and how they work. So there's a lever at the bottom. You can add water. Just by depressing it not all the way, you can add water. And when you depress it all the way, it flushes. So the best way to, like, water is your friend to help these tanks. What I like to do is add water, not too much that your man parts are going to touch the water when you sit down, but you know, you add some water in there, do your business, flush it, and then I always like to add another gallon or two of water just to keep everything flowing. I mean, if you're boondocking, you're not going to do that. You're going to conserve as much water as you can. But when you're hooked up to the park, use water. Water is your friend. There's a wardrobe here. Your refrigerator runs on gas or electric, and you can switch it. Right now, it's switched to off. Put it on auto when you're plugged into the shore power. The furnace, if you're using it when the temperature is going to drop, where you're going to need to turn the heat on, the thermostat for the heater is right here. Works just like a house thermostat. The Dream dinette does drop down and make a bunk if you need it. There's a handle under here. The handle switch. You remove the switch, push the table down, drop the cushions in, and it becomes a bed. There's another queen size bed up here. This thing simply pulls out, drops into place. Just a note, when you are ready to travel, you push the TV back and then tighten it down so the TV doesn't fly around. And when you travel, you're going to want to keep the ladder out of the way and the cushion up out of the way so that you can have access to the cockpit. These guys here are for when it's really cold out or when it's too sunny. You can pop these up into the vents. This chair has a seatbelt in it, so you can ride in it and talk to the driver. There's also 2 seatbelts in the dinette, 2 seatbelts up front, so that's 5 people that could travel in here. There's also 5 people that could sleep in here. You lever down, you can feel it, you can spin the chair, and it becomes part of the living area. Pretty comfy chair, actually, too. And then it locks up. All right, so your awning switch to put the outside awning, this is just a little light. This switch here is his step. It's just a little light down here to light your step off when you're coming in if it's going to be dark out. The one that says awning, this is going to extend and retract your awning outside. Press it up. It's going to extend the awning. Again, if you have any questions ever, reach out to us, text, email, through the app that you rented from. We're here to help.